Hi guys, Lily here and welcome to yet another Shabbylishmas video. And today I am altering a frame. This frame is made of branches, twigs. I think there is also some grape one in there. And the twig in the middle there I have attached myself a few years ago. This frame have probably been altered 3, 4, 5 times, and I always decorated it with hot glue, so I've been able to get the things off with using a heat gun and remelting the hot glue. As you see here, I'm using a piece of a feather boa to simulate snow, and which you will see me do several times during this series. I'm just tweaking it a little bit so it doesn't overwhelm the twig in the middle, because I still want that to be seen. This video is speeded up somewhat, but not too much, because this is something else than slapping paint down, and it takes it just needs to be like this to show the details. That's why the video is so long, but it's not that long. You get bored, I hope. These flowers are from Shabbylishmas. I took some for myself before I closed the store, and I absolutely love them. And they also contain feathers, so they are a pretty good match for this year's theme. And I'm not using the pin, I'm just hot gluing them down. And now I have defined where I'm gonna put my clusters. And I'm starting to put in greenery, and these greeneries are taken from my Christmas tree actually, because I have one of the lower branches, the support to the main trunk there is broken, so I couldn't attach it, so I took it off. And they have been slightly sprayed with white spray. I'm just doing exactly the same at the top as on the bottom. And the frame is so big, I'm not able to have the whole piece in the screen at once. Of course I could do it this way, but then I would have problems seeing myself when I was filming and doing what I'm supposed to do. This is wood filigrees, wood veneer pieces I got in Michael's almost 2 years ago, and they have been in my hoard wall. And what you see now is me embossing them with white embossing powder, and I'm doing it twice to make them more, they look more like enamels, they get thicker, and also covers up the veneer very well, so I didn't need to paint them first. The one on the right there is already done, and there you can see it's thick and nice. And this piece is from the same place, and I just already broken it in 2 pieces, which I also will do with the other 2 pieces you just seen me do here now. And I'm giving these the second layer here. And the ink I'm using is it's a watermark ink, a little one, yeah. And there you see I have embossing powder everywhere. I love embossing, but it's pretty messy. And now I'm going back in with some glitter, and this mixture I made myself. It contains beads, mica, glitter, and tinsel glitter, just to spruce them up a little bit more. and since I have such thick embossing, they will attach just fine. Pretty. And here I've done all of them, just showing you. And back to the frame. I'm figuring out the exact position. And these are gluing upside down sort of, and that is more difficult than gluing something directly. And you see there I broke a piece, but of course I managed to fix it. Hot glue is magical. And by using these pieces this way, I'm emphasizing the twig in the middle, twig, branch, whatever you want to call it. And again, tweaking the feathers so they are not overpowering. I had some hot glue showing there and I don't like that. I'm using feathers to cover up. The frame have been gessoed slightly over with white gesso up front. And in a minute now you will see me burn myself pretty badly. Yeah, it happens. So hot glue is not to joke with. Ouch! I ended up with a bandage a couple of days after that. And these cones are spruce cones. And I'm attaching one at the top, just the same way. And I decided to drop the red in this project because I can then pop in some colors with just poking in some berries or something this year in red, and perhaps next year I want to do a blue Christmas, I don't know, then I can put in something blue. I won't do a blue Christmas, I think that will be just weird for me, but and you also see that I just glued this down too quickly because I redecided where to put it, because I figured out I didn't have two, I only had one, and I was thinking putting two in on one on both sides, but hey, changing my mind. And there I have a couple of these as well, not many enough to put on any other project really, so I had them on the Christmas tree last year, and I love these because it's a good quality, and they have these balls and little twigs poking out, which make a better movement, more airy feeling with the whole piece here. adding movement to many pieces. Most pieces I do. I love that. Just gives them a little extra. And now I figured out, okay, this is the main focal. And there we go. And these are another kind of greenery, which I just had a couple of pieces of as well. And just tucking them in. I'm trying hard to keep everything in frame, but it's next to impossible, so you will see the whole thing eventually clearly, and you will also see it in the end videos, so no problem there. And after this video is done, of course there is still pictures in the end. And there I'm not ripping it, I'm not cutting it. Oh, you know what I mean. I'm lacking that English word again, oh my goodness. I know it so well, but sometimes it just gets lost in there. I didn't tore it either. Oh my gosh, I remember everything, every word else than the right one. Now you see the other cluster completely as it is as far as now. I just turn the whole piece upside down so you can see it. I thought I was gonna use rhinestones on this, but I redecided. You saw them briefly there. These little flowers used to be in Shabbylishmas as well. I kept some for myself. And they have those crocodile clips on the back side, but I decided I'm not gonna use that. It just didn't fit right. And also this little flower elongates the clusters and make them move towards the empty frame corners. If I decorated the whole frame around, you wouldn't see the twigs, you wouldn't see the main thing at all, so I didn't want to do that. But I decided it's good to elongate the clusters, and you also do that in wreaths and some other stuff, right? So, and I'm really having fun here because my education is florist, so that means I'm in my zone completely here. It goes very quickly. Well, it used over 1 hour to make it still, but it goes fairly quickly. I'm thinking about how much stuff I'm actually putting on here and figuring out things as I go along. When I start a project, I pull out the things I think I might use and also I'm certain I will use, and I start putting down the certainties, or whatever you can call it, the certain pieces first. These little berries are so cute. They reminds me of in nature when the frost have hit the bushes and trees and the berries are covered with frost or snow. So I thought that was very suitable for this year's theme. And since I'm using bling, well, my plan is to use bling. I was thinking perhaps I should do something on this, but then I looked at it and I saw, well, okay, that bling will take attention away from the bow and the main flower, and that's kind of like a spoil, so I didn't use it. Less is more sometimes. And these flowers you see me using now also from Shabbylishmas, but I actually had to take them off afterwards because I had to use them on something else, and which I will be filming as well. So, but that's a pre-made project, one that took way too long to finish. So, but you will see the flowers or parts of the flowers on that project. Checking if I want some little white berries, but don't use that. And these sprays or picks rather, I got 2 years ago when Janet went shopping for me. She is Nana JL54 in here. She went shopping for me in US because we don't have this kind of gorgeousness here. Although I've seen this year things are starting to change a bit. There's more, but you know, the prices are insane here, so because there's taxes on everything, but hey, there's a reason for those taxes and we are happy about those. So, but sometimes you wish things were cheaper. So I'm glad I have some friends in America that helps me out getting the things I need to get. And now I'm spraying it a little bit with silver spray because I wanted the frame itself to have a little bit of shine. Not too much, but a little bit. And then I'm drying the whole thing, and in this process I'm also getting rid of quite a few glue strings. The glue strings are unnecessary on any project. That's just sloppy work. So I'm like a OCD on that. These little twigs here, or picks rather, is actually from one of my perennials in my garden, and it's a Sanguisorba. If you want to check that out. And I have sprayed it with glue spray and then some white spray to make it more durable, not less. And they kind of look like little cones, so I thought that was suitable. And then also emphasizes the movement and give it more airy feel. And I do love how they came out. There you can see how they look close up. These won't last forever, but they will last throughout this year's season, so that's enough. And then I thought of putting some Robin Buff because I didn't feel like the spray give enough shimmer. So I put some silver Robin Buff on it, and then back to that garden spray. Putting that little movement gives the airiness and more live feeling on any project like this. And also following the lines of the wreath, so this one is going upwards and the other side I was going that way, so I'm not just poking them completely random. And I'm showing you again here because you can see those little strings in between, and that's the spray glue. And then it was painted afterwards, so I thought that was really cool effect. even more wintry. This video is sped up between 2 and 2.5 times, so it took me quite a while to make it, but yeah, I did have fun. So, but the video would be insanely long if I had it on normal speed. Just a little tweaking here and there. And now I'm going in, just in a minute or so, I'm going in with some LED lights. And they are battery operated, which I love these. I used them quite a lot last year, and I have gotten hold of even more to use this year. They're very easy to find here and not very expensive either. So if you can find those, it's very easy to use in any project for winter or any project really. And then I'm just getting rid of glue strings again, and there you can see the original color of the frame. Okay, here's the LED lights, and I lit them up so I can see properly where they were going. And as you can see, it uses 3 AA batteries. And I'm locking the back cover on this one, so I'm putting some string around it, which I will have to replace the batteries at one point, but I will be able to slide them out and tuck them in again. And I'm attaching it on the bottom corner so it doesn't show up in the front, so it's hidden behind the cluster. Just tucking in those ends so I don't poke myself, and then a little drop of glue, taking off the labels. No labels on things, that's just and then I'm going from one end to the other, so I'm making sure that I have enough to reach from both ends, which is smart to do. And then I'm going in from the middle, I think, and position it all over. And it looks absolutely amazing on the wall. And putting LED lights like this on projects for the walls is super nice for corners you want to decorate that is dark and things won't show properly. So putting these on just makes it worthwhile. And this is spray glue, no, snow spray. And I love doing this. I could have overkilled this 10 times with this. I absolutely love the spraying and how it looks. Look at that. Whoosh! I love it. And of course it just gives that winter wonderland feeling. Makes it look all scrumptious. After this video now there will be a slideshow of images, and I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you again very soon with a new video for Shabbylishmas 2015. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you learned something and got inspired. Okay, bye bye.